Hey everyone, what you're about to watch is the most valuable segments from my weekly Q&A, where new and experienced recruiters get together to ask questions and solve problems. If you want to join the next one, just click on the link in the description to join. It's completely free. You don't need to give me your email address, telephone number, or anything like that. And I'll personally be there to answer any of your questions. Oh, and I've also put together this recruitment starter pack for those in the beginning of their journey, which tells you exactly how to get your first client. You can grab that once you're in our community for free as well. All right, then let's get back into the video.
How are you getting on this week? You've started your journey. If you haven't, and you've got any questions, just unmute yourself really and just say, yeah, don't be shy.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Okay?
Alaikum salam. All good, you?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Alhamdulillah. It was just a quick one. It might be a bit of a stupid question. So this week is obviously I've got everything set up in terms of like the actual business, the website and everything. And today I was thinking like, is it better to go for the candidate first or like the client outreach?
I would say it depends on your market. So,
I'm going into the US market.
okay, and also depends on the niche within, and I know it's the US market, but sort of what niche are you looking into?
It's sales directors and managers.
Okay, so I think yours will be more candidate driven. So
Candidate.
yes, yeah. So if you the best way to look at it is look at the market. The higher end jobs they are, the harder they're to find. So then you're best off focusing on candidates. If it's like an easier or lower end jobs, then it definitely worth working on clients. So in your case, and the people that you're going for are probably high earners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say focus on candidates first. And once you've got those candidates, find their availability, find what they're looking for. Like Asad said earlier, spec in. So once you find exactly what they do, what they don't do, their availability, then you can put it forward to pretty much any client. And as long as they're looking, they'll take them.
Okay. And what would you say is the most effective way to look for a candidate? Would that be on LinkedIn, would you say?
So in the US market, I would say there's a couple of options. You've got LinkedIn, of course. LinkedIn is amazing. And as I was just explaining to Tonya just now, there's been millions of users. So yeah, you can reach quite far with LinkedIn on posting or headhunting on LinkedIn. Another platform is Resume Library that's used in the US. So it's exactly the same. They're actually a sister branch of CV Library. So I don't know if you heard of CV Library before. It's pretty much
I have,
similar.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's a Resume Library. Other than that,
They use Monster. They use Monster in
they
the end.
Monster as well. Yeah.
Career Builder, Dice, Indeed. Indeed's the biggest job board in the world. It's used in America as well.
Yeah, but these are all paid platforms, by the
The
way.
paid platforms, yeah.
Okay. Right, no problem.
So
Yeah, Jazakallah khair.
what you need to work out is the field that you're looking for, which platform is the best, and then use that platform. Don't get them all, and
Yeah.
also get the one that's more tailored towards the niche that you're in.
Okay. Right. So I'd sort of do research on that then.
Yes, the best way to do research also is a lot of these platforms, they will give you like a 3 day or 2 day, even a 1 day demo, like a trial. So try get the trials from them, and then sort of compare.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll just write that down.
Can I just ask, you said you're going to go for high-end directors, etc. What made you start off with that in terms of, like, have you done that before anywhere, or like, what was your like thought process for that?
Um, the main reason I wanted to do sales is just because I've been doing sales for the past 2 years. I've
Yeah,
recently just quit my job.
yeah,
So I knew I wanted to do sales just because obviously I know a bit about sales
yeah,
in
yeah,
comparison to other niches.
yeah. My point is obviously, you said you wanted to like hire directors, sales directors and stuff. Have you thought of getting the bread and butter going initially, which is easier to get going, or do you want to go straight into like the senior roles, for example?
I did want to go straight into the senior roles, but now that you said, do you mean like sort of go for like um sales associates or
Like,
advisors?
I don't know, business development managers, SDR, sales development representative. The reason I said it is because
Yeah.
you like starting out in recruitment,
Hmm.
like you want to get going quickly, you want to start making your money, then you can invest that in like back into your business, like maybe going for like 100 grand, 200 grand salary straight away, the
Yeah.
the notice periods are a lot longer. A lot of these people,
Okay.
some of them have a 3 month, 4 month, up to 6 month notice. So it
There's
can
probably
be
less of them as well.
slow paced, huh?
There's probably less of them as well available.
There's probably less, and then you might think, you know what, it's not going well and stuff. Try and maybe starting a bit lower,
Hmm.
build that, get that bread and butter going. So you've got like some clients, some candidates, you've made a couple of, but then you can start thinking, you know what, I want to take it up a level. I want to start looking for the higher earning uh, clients basically that are going to pay a bit more. Because I wouldn't
Hmm.
necessarily recommend just going straight to the high end because you got to
Okay.
understand like it's not easy necessarily.
Okay. Yeah. Now that makes sense. Yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate
That's
it.
right.
I just- yeah, that was all from me.
Cool.
Cool. Anyone else? And we've got on the call Shiraz A. Also Ruse. You feel free, you want to unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yeah, so I'm currently working in tech, but I'm looking to start my own recruitment agency. To be honest with you, I'm just soaking up all the information that I'm getting from this call right now and all the videos I've seen on YouTube and your social media pages. And yeah, to be honest, a lot of the questions that I've had in my mind, they've been answered. And yeah, I'm literally just trying to soak up everything that from these calls at the moment. But if I have any proper questions, then I'll be sure to ask.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. And then so you're from a tech background yourself as well?
Yeah, so I'm from a tech background. I was working in consulting for the past 4 years, and literally about a month ago, I moved over to customer success.
Mhm.
But it's a bit of a blend between a consulting role and a sales role.
Yeah.
But that's in finance. But since I've been working there, um, I think I've got a different insight into just the working corporate world, and I've seen like a sales aspect as well. So yeah, I'm really interested in sort of something like this.
Yeah. What made you interested in doing recruitment? Is it because you're a contractor working for a recruitment agency or?
No, I'm not really working for. I'm not contracting at all. I'm on a permanent
Okay.
role basis. I think it's something that's always been on my mind for
Mm.
quite a while now. I've always seen videos and a lot of people talking about it. And then yeah, I think I literally stumbled across your videos recently, and it really stood out to me, to be honest. And um, it's a thing where I do like speaking to people, and I do have that sales experience. So I think it's something that I could definitely put to use, and it's something I just want to explore and try out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely worth trying. As I say before, it's like just the entry to get into recruitment is very simple. As long as you've got the skills to talk on the phone and
Mm.
you can match like a candidate with a client, and that's all it takes. And then yeah, you're just a service provider. So there's not much of like inventory that is needed. There's not much like stocks that you're buying, anything like that. It's just get a candidate, get a client, make sure you've got the know-how or the basic knowledge of just closing a deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, exactly that. And I think that's the idea that actually stood out to me the most. What I liked most about this sort of
Yeah, it's
business.
very simple.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stock inventory, as you mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been dealing with businesses like that in the past, very hands-on physical businesses where, for example, distribution of drinks or like food, snacks to like restaurants and shops, halal drinks, obviously, nothing like that. But and it's something that you have to be there in person doing deliveries or don't get me wrong, speaking to customers, that's fine, but you've got to be there in person and you've got to be reinvesting a lot of that money into the similar stock, and the margins aren't as high. So I think a business like this, I've been wanting to explore for quite some time now.
Inshallah, it's good. Inshallah, it all works out.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Tanya's got his hand up. You wanna ask?
Yes. Thanks for that. I was going to ask a question around, so it's around the idea of starting a recruitment agency. Obviously, I've already started mine, although it's at the very early stages. Um, the question I have is, I feel like it is a full-time effort, right? Um, uh, and I would like to get like both of your thoughts on this. But do you think it's better to just like commit full time for a good like 6 months if you have like 6 months to a year worth of run rate? So by that I mean like savings to just live off of. Do you think it's better to do that than work a 9 to 5 and do the recruitment at the same time? Because if you've got to do like if you've got to talk to candidates, do cold calls, I just can't see how.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just it's too much.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can answer that. The first thing, Tony, you have to look at your own circumstances. So if you've got a rent, if you've got a family, thing is that's the initial thing. If you want to leave everything to fully commit to recruitment, the first thing you're going to think is in that first month, 2 months, if you don't make money, which, can you afford, like I know you said 6 months runway, but yeah, it's a very valid point. Can you afford to do that? Yeah. If you can't, then I'd say work and obviously start on the side and obviously make some money. And then obviously once you got to a certain period where you're getting busy, where you're getting clients, then you can assess the market and then you can commit full time. Or you just do what I've done is basically I worked in recruitment for a few years as an agent in an agency 10 months. And I was like, do you know what? In my second month, I think I made them 8,800. And I should have been happy with my commission, but I hardly got anything. And I was like, if I can do it for someone else, I want to do it for myself. I'm just going to commit to it. So there's different things you have to put into perspective is, your family, your rent, and like, also if you leave work, go into recruitment and it doesn't work out, can you get back into a job as well? So you need to, there's a lot of factors. We don't want to tell you like just leave everything and jump into recruitment hands on, full hands on. You have
Yeah.
to be honest and think to yourself, can I do it? And you have to be sensible. Recruitment is a business, so you have to make a business decision to say, can I afford it? Because obviously there are some costs. It's minimal, but there are some costs. But there's also the opportunity cost of if you're working for 6 months earning 2 grand a month, that's 12 grand. Maybe you can invest in maybe an employee, or maybe you can invest in a virtual assistant or some tools that can make you do everything more effectively. That's my take on it, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. So there's not like a one size fits all, of course.
No, definitely not. I would say personally, if I've got the money and I've got the confidence that I believe in myself that I can do it, I just need the time because it's very time consuming. It can be exhausting working 9 to 5 and then driving home, or I don't know how far you might work from home, and then let's say an hour later you log in back on again till 10, 11, and then tomorrow morning you got to be up by 8 in the morning. It's quite exhausting as well. So if you've got the money and you've got, but obviously you don't have the time, you've got the money and you've got the confidence that you can smash it, I would say just quit and just go all out. It really depends on your circumstance, but you got to really look at your circumstance. Okay, and whatever commitments you've got going on currently, will what I have cover it? And also, how easy would it be for me to get back into the same line of work if you was to quit? Does that make sense? So, like, if it's going to be very hard for you to get back into this line of work, then there's a bigger risk. But if it's quite easy for you to get back into this kind of work because of your skills and everything, and you can land like a similar job that what you've got at the moment, then yeah, just go for it because you'll never know. You don't want to always live in regret, thinking like maybe I could have done it. I could have done it. Just go for it.
For sure, for sure. I think it's definitely something I have to like appraise in terms of risk.
Yeah, so you've got to weigh out yourself the pros and cons of you doing it, and because everyone can give you their take on it, I can give you my take, I can give you his take, but your situation you know best. So you need to kind of do like a risk assessment.
I think one thing that I did consider was similar to what you said, Assad. It was, like getting a recruitment job, just like transition it into and I shared this with you last week as well.
Yes.
And yeah, I actually did have like an interview because I just wanted to see what it was about. And I just realized early on that if I can do it under them, I can just do it for myself. So I just don't see the point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No, because you're going to put in 40 hours a week in for another company, cold calling, and essentially most companies will tell you to like start a desk. It's going to be very rare for you to get like inherit a desk that's already making a lot of money. So you're going to be starting a cold desk. Is essentially similar to you starting your own business from scratch.
Exactly. Yeah. And
So
getting
yes,
a percentage of the fee as well. So yeah.
yes, of course.
That's the way the market is. You know, when recruitment agencies want you to work, they say you're running your own business within their business. Like when you're running your desk, they say we need a profitable desk. The only thing they give you, which you don't need these days because online, is a bit of training. But you're doing everything. Literally, you're doing everything. You're dealing with clients, candidates. Okay, they probably got a payroll department that does a bit of invoicing and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely, if you don't want to do it for someone else because that's what hurts more. When you made that 10 grand a month for the company and then they're giving you 500 to a grand commission, that's what you're thinking. That's what makes you think is I don't want to do it because I want to do it for myself. And in fact, like obviously, when you do it for yourself, you're probably going to put twice as much effort. And all those clients that you're building, even if you get like 2 new clients a month, at the end of the year, all those 20, 30 clients that you've got, they're yours. You know, no one else is going to take them. Yes, you might go, and then you can build and get more. And you get to a point where you're going to have clients come to you, and it's going to be less of that cold calling. Because I know you said you're struggling with the getting the clients. Like now, like thank God, I've got people like today. A lady, I just called her. She goes, "We've got a vacancy because we already had the relationship." So the longer you do recruitment, it's not always going to be forever that you need to smash out 100, 200 calls a day because it effectively becomes account management. And that's the same in an agency. In an agency, all the new business development people, like the senior managers, once they get busy, they stop doing that business development and they just manage big accounts for like big stationery, whatever it is, big companies, and they just service them basically.